You will often have to create your own data based on information you've received from your client or a scanned image that you have to create digital data from, vector or raster data, anything like that. In this example, we are going to create or digitize a railway line using a scanned image, which is the rail1.bmp, which is the format. It will show up as a raster format in ArcMap. I've already added it. If you'd like to know how to add that again, just go to Add Data, click on the file that you would like to add, highlight it, say Add, and it will be added. Just remove the one because we don't need both. So we're going to create a railway line, which is shown here by that thick black line on the screen. And it's actually quite simple. It's not difficult at all. But the first thing you have to do is you have to create a file that will store the information that you're going to create. So you go to your Arc Toolbox, to Data Management Tools. You're going to go to Feature Class. You're going to be creating a feature class. This will be a railway line. So you're going to tell the software where it will be stored. So you're going to be saving it under Practical Data. So you just have to highlight the folder itself. Then you have to give it a name. And it can take a while, depending how fast your computer is. You're going to give it a name, so I'm going to call it Rail. If you want to create a surface, so land use or something like that, you use Polygon. But you actually want, in this instance, it's a railway line, so you're going to use Polyline. I've given it a rail name, but there is an error here, so it says that something already exists. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the name, and that error should go away. There you are. You can have optional parameters here. You can have a template feature class, anything like that. But we'll leave that as it is. It also asks you for the coordinate system. It's always good to assign one. Now, we have, in this particular instance, in the ArcMap document, various coordinate systems. We have the use of a datum throughout, which is the WGS84, 1984, which is this one. But we are also using a projected coordinate system, which in this instance is from the road and the geology layer. They are projected into the WGS84 with a transverse Mercator projection centered on 27 degrees east. Just to be safe, we're just going to use the WGS84, 1984 as the datum, the projection. You're going to say OK. And this will create an empty feature class that you now can edit to create this particular railway line. Once it's been created, you can open it. There's nothing in it for at the moment. All you see are the default files that Arc will create for you. So what do I want to do? I want to edit, which means I want to digitize. So I press the editor toolbar and it will pull up my editor. Now, to be able to edit, you have to start the editing session. It can also take a while, depending on your computer capabilities. You can get an error. Now it's telling me that geology, land use, and the roads are in a spatial reference that doesn't match the data frame. That's actually not a problem. What you do, how to identify what the issue is there. So let's just stop the editing session. So if you double click your layers and you go to layers, it will tell you the different coordinate systems of your layers. So my boreholes, railway, and my picture are in WGS84, which is why I created the railway in that, because the rail picture is in WGS84. Then I have something called a holiday resort. That's my geology. I also have the transverse Mercator, which is my roads, and then an unknown one, which is land use. So I've got lots of different coordinate system here. But if I click on these, unknown, of course, you don't know what it is. The transverse Mercator says it's a central meridian of 27 using the WGS84 as a datum. And if I have a look at my holiday resort, it's also using the central meridian of 27 and the WGS84 as a datum. So my transverse Mercator and my holiday resort are actually the same. So these are the same. This is just for WGS84. But that is the reason why you got an error from the editor, because the editor is just letting you know that there are some issues with the different formats here. That's fine for now. They all use the WGS84 as the datum, so we can start editing. Okay, so now we're in editing mode. You can see that by clicking on editor, it says start editing as grayed out. And what you want to do is you want to actually edit your railway line. So how we do that, you actually just want to create the feature from it. So railway, we want to create features. So you open it up. So you just go to the customize options. That's what you want here, create features. You click on railway, and here are your construction tools. It will be a line. You've highlighted that. All you do is in your view, you will simply follow the lines of the railway line. Depending on the scale you're working at, you'll have to be very accurate, or you can be a little bit inaccurate, like what I'm doing now. You just keep clicking along until you reach the end of the line. At the end, you double click, and there we are. You can collapse that or close it. You won't need it anymore. You will say edit or stop editing. Yes, you want to save your edits. Now if you take off the image, there's your railway line. There are your boreholes, there are the roads, geology, and land use, which is covered by geology. So there's the land use. You don't need the railway image anymore, so you can remove it. And that is how you digitize features from a scanned image.